Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You guys are great. I appreciate it. How y'all doing? You guys doing well over there?
Yeah.
Good. They've been here. Again, I've said it all week. Our building's under construction, so these poor folks have to get here at like 7 a.m., and we don't feed them. So I just, yeah, anyway. Let's start this morning with a fight over a giant leg. No.
Chicken?
No, Jeff. Not a chicken leg. Look at this. We all remember the leg lamp from A Christmas Story? Yeah. Well, now that lamp, this is no joke, is at the center of a big old dispute in Oklahoma, in a town in Oklahoma. The Chickasha, the city of Chickasha,
Okay.
created a 50-foot tall version of the lamp, okay?
Yeah.
It honors the man from the city who created it for the movie.
Oh, okay.
But listen to this. Listen to this. The evil overlords over at Warner Brothers, who owns the movie, says it's a copyright infringement and wants the poor city to tear it down.
Rude.
City leaders say no official lawsuit has been filed, and they followed all the rules to create the tourist attraction. Hey, Warner Brothers, you have bigger issues to deal with right now. David Zaslav, the CEO, you know what that tower is? A 50-foot promotion for the damn movie that you own. Settle down, Sally. Leave Oklahoma alone,
Yeah.
David. She has a leg lamp in her bedroom. Give it up for Falon, everybody. Microphone move. There we go.
There she is.
There she blew. How you doing, friend?
Great. How are you?
You look, can I give you a compliment?
Yeah, always.
You look real purty today. You look real purty.
Thank you.
As we say in Indiana.
Yeah, we do.
We're real purty. You look real purty.
We're purty, yeah.
You're doing well. You doing well?
I am, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
My family gets back. They've been skiing for like a week. And
That's right.
And I've been at home. You know, a single mom who works 2 jobs, and so I've been taking care of the house and the bills and the dogs, and they're going to come back from
Churning your own butter,
yes,
have you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have been. They're going to come back today, and I have dinner ready. So.
Oh, please. I know better than that.
I do. I made dinner last night.
No, audience,
for
don't
him.
clap for that.
I did.
Jake's gonna come back home from damn traveling, and what's Falon gonna make him do? Make dinner. That's right.
No, I made dinner last night, ready for tonight.
Liar!
Sheets are in the washing machine, so he has clean sheets to come home to.
Holy Donna Reed!
Yeah.
Look at you! Thank you for the 4 people that got that 50-year-old reference. Yeah. Well, Falon, you're causing problems.
What else is it?
Right here. Who knew a tape could cause such a commotion?
Oh.
Falon mentioned using mouth tape when she sleeps on our show yesterday, and we got flooded with questions.
I don't know that I have answers.
Yeah.
I am not. Let's start off with a disclaimer always. I am not a medical professional. I don't listen to anything I say.
You're not?
I know. I did lie about that on my resume.
Bjorn and Jeff have been going through the emails. Our favorite is from Lynn. Hi, sweetheart. Lynn emailed and asked, how strong is the 3M mouth tape? Would you say it also stops late night snacking too? Asking for a friend. Yeah. So Falon, your unmedical read on that?
No, Lynn, it will not. It'll make it harder because you have to like take the time to remove it, and maybe that's what you need. You know, like it's not worth it. But no, it's not going to stop a late night spoonful of peanut butter or whatever you're getting into.
I really am not joking, audience. We must have gotten a ton of emails asking about that damn, and now people have been emailing me. Jeff found it, the mouth tape that works for us with beards.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try it.
You should try it.
Yeah.
Mine, I don't think the 3M tape I recommended is like recommended, by the way. I think that
Is it like a black market thing?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I just thought it was fine, but I don't think it's like, you know, sold with the purpose of being mouth tape. So, you know, I shouldn't do it for safety reasons. So I took it off my Instagram stories as to not be sued. I'm not kidding.
Great. Now we'll be sued. Yeah.
We clap to that.
That's right. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Let's do this. We can't get sued for this. Well,
You never know.
It's hot topics served in a casserole dish. First up, only a few days and counting until the Oscars. And even though I don't really care about the movies this year, I'm only excited because Conan is hosting. Conan O'Brien's hosting the Oscars for the first time. He was on Jimmy Kimmel Live Tuesday night for the first time ever and revealed the advice that he got from Jimmy, who you guys know has hosted several times, and Jimmy's wife, Molly, who is a great producer who produced the Oscars. Listen.
Like, I would never be so, I would not give you tips on jokes or any of that stuff.
No.
I would never do anything like that.
No.
But I did have some, like, kind of old man tips, like try to sit down during the show, which is one of my tips.
Jimmy is obsessed with sitting down as much as possible.
Whose tips were more helpful, mine or Molly's? Molly's? Yeah.
Molly is very smart, and she clearly pays attention. She had all these very specific, great tips. I mean, she's beautiful, she's smart, she had all these, she just really knows the show. This guy was obsessed with ordering appetizers. And we chose like a nice restaurant, and you chose a nice restaurant. I pay. And
the tips ain't free.
Freedom isn't free, and neither are Oscar tips. Jimmy also asked Conan an important question ahead of the big show.
Have you watched all the movies that are nominated?
Well, I told People magazine that I've watched all 35. And that's in print. When we were coming along as young people, there were 5 movies nominated, right?
Right, yes.
Then they expanded it to 45 movies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And then 75, and now 110.
Yeah.
And so it's, you know, you got to watch a lot of movies. I have seen all the movies.
All of them. Have you seen any more since last we talked about
No
this?
chance. I watched a really...
Thank you for laughing at that, Aaron. I know. I've seen 2 of the damn things. That's it.
I think I've only seen Wicked. I watched a really trashy movie on Amazon last night over watching one of those. So, yeah.
That's what happens when the family leaves.
It's true.
Fallon turns on Skinamax. That's right.
What a reference. Can you imagine?
Skinamax, do you know what that is?
I do, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I never had cable, though.
We didn't have cable either. I've said this before. Well, we did have cable, but my mom and my dad wouldn't buy the naughty channels, so they were scrambled in our house.
Oh.
So we would have to look through the scrambles, and I'm like, a boob. You know what I mean? Like, there's a boob through the scramble. That's how I saw my first boob.
That's why you're so good at puzzles.
That's right. That's why I'm really good at puzzles. Yeah. What trashy film did you watch yesterday?
I actually don't know. I saw it recommended on TikTok, and it was like, it was like.
How can you not know what you watched?
It was. I can't remember. It was like it was like a, you know, coming of age. Like she's, you know, getting away from some bad stuff, and then there's like car racing, and then she's making out with her stepbrother. I don't know, guys. I don't know. She knows. She knows. They didn't grow up together.
Were you on mushrooms last night?
It is. Veronica knows.
Floor director Veronica? What is
it called?
Veronica, there is no way on God's green earth you understood what she just said. It's a good movie?
I don't know. My Fault London is the one I
Victoria.
saw.
There's no. Okay. Next up.
Victoria, yeah. Victoria. Okay. Thank you for supporting me.
And Victoria said there's 3 of these, so we got to go watch them. Yeah.
Well, the one was good enough, I think, for me.
Okay. Audience, we'll find out what the title is sometime this hour. Anyway, next up. It's official. The upcoming Harry Potter series found its Dumbledore. John Lithgow confirmed last week's reports that he's going to play the major wizard of the new Harry Potter TV series that's in the works over there at Max. The new show is going to span the course of a decade. So John says the role came as a big surprise, and he also said it actually wasn't an easy decision. He says the job will define the last chapter of his life, and joked that he'll be almost 90 at the wrap party. Thank you, audience, for laughing at that. The first season of the show is expected in 2026.
Oh, that's a big commitment.
It's a huge commitment.
Big commitment.
I'm 50. Can you imagine at our age committing to something? I mean, I guess I am here on the show, but something for 10 years of your life.
No.
Signing that contract.
I mean, to be fair, I did have a child, so that is a pretty big contract. But other than that, no. For work, no.
Did you have to sign that contract?
I think when I signed the birth certificate, that was a contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, we'll check the paperwork in the break. Colleen Lindstrom and more Dish when we come back. Back in a moment. This dress looks nice.
Thank you.
On the old tube. Welcome back, everybody. Falon and I are kind of anarchists at heart, so and in that vein, there we go.
Nice.
Go ahead and sue me, Warner Brothers.
Listen, as much for
Put in Fallon's close-up too, so they sue her too. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Warner Brothers did Wicked, right?
No, Universal did Wicked.
I was kidding. All right. Never mind. I take back what I said.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave this up through this portion of Hot Dish just to piss off David Zaslav. That's right.
Oh no!
Whose phone is going off? Somebody's going to the naughty hallway. There we go. Right there.
Wait. Hold on. I have a new idea.
You have a new idea?
Aaron can do like Game of Thrones and start going shame.
That's right, the shame bell.
Shame.
Yeah. That's right, shame. There we go. Well, let's get back to it. When you think of romantic restaurants, when you think of romantic restaurants, is there a whole other show happening over there? For the third time, when you think of romantic restaurants, Hooters probably isn't the first spot that comes to mind.
No.
But one celebrity couple told Kelly Clarkson this week that the wing spot was the site of their first date.
Is it true that your first date was at Hooters?
Yeah. Well, so you'll appreciate this.
I will. Good wings.
It was when I was doing a solo project, and I had a radio show for the station in Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
And I said, hey, you're at the road in the city. Why don't you come down and see me?
I took the train from TRO to Trenton, New Jersey, and he's like, oh, you really do like me. I was like, if I'm coming to Trenton,
I'm like, guys, she'll never come. She'll never come. So she shows up after the concert. It's a Monday night in Trenton, New Jersey. Hooters is the only thing open, people. It's like, it's really the only option.
Just good wings.
Good.
Awesome wings.
Good wings.
Incredible T-shirts.
Yeah.
Cold beer. It was a good night.
It was a good night.
Sadly, though, for the Lachey's and other Hooters fans, reports this week say Hooters could be filing for bankruptcy.
No.
I know. You seem very, legitimately sad by that.
I don't know. I mean,
can't even see you.
I know, it's true.
Let's put it over here. I got to give it to my phone guy. We'll give this to, there we go. There we go, yeah.
I just feel bad for all my friends and family in Indiana. It's one of their finest establishments, and I don't want them to miss out, you know?
Really?
It's part of every young boy's coming-of-age story in Indiana. So, and and young women.
It wasn't
as well.
mine for obvious reasons, yeah. I went to a different wing place, yeah.
What was it called?
Mine was called Drummies. Yeah. More dish now. A movie that's been in development for nearly 20 years is finally filming, and it's really big news for kids of the 80s. Watch this.
By the power of Grayskull.
That's right. The iconic. Oh, look at Battle Cat. Anyway, the iconic He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon is coming to life on the big screen. Amazon and MGM released, look at this. Yeah.
I'm interested.
This is the first, settle down, Sally. Released the first image from the movie showing the future He-Man holding the official Power Sword. Filming is happening in London right now. The actor playing He-Man is Nicholas Galitzine, probably best known for the rom-com Red, White, and Royal Blue. Let me just say, he has bulked up for the role since then. Looks really great.
Wasn't he, speaking of my like Amazon movies, wasn't he also the guy in the Anne Hathaway movie?
He was.
I loved that movie where he was younger and she's older and he's like in a boy band. It was based on like Harry Styles fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that movie.
Yeah, it's good. I just really... Michael, and I know director Leo will not be happy about this. He, in a meeting, Leo says 5 words a year, and no joke, audience. And a couple meetings ago, again, Leo doesn't talk. All of a sudden, out of the silence, this is Leo. I think we do too many stories about the 80s.
I was there. That happened.
That's how it happened. And then he went back into a shell. And that was the same. Anyway, but all of us, let me just speak to the director. I know the movie's already been cast and written, but don't do what Michael Bay did. Don't ruin my childhood again. Michael ruined the Michael Bay ruined the Transformers. Yeah. Please don't ruin He-Man. Please don't ruin He-Man. Please do well. The rest of the cast was announced as well. Camila Mendes from Riverdale will play Tila, the captain of the Royal Guard. Idris Elba will play, We'll play Tila's adoptive father, Man-at-Arms, and Jared Leto will play Skeletor. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually a good cast.
The movie will be released June of 2026. I know some fanboys are already complaining about Jared Leto. It's said again. Wait till the movie comes out. You don't even know what he's going to do. Just type up something else in your mom's basement. Give it a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Jared is one of those actors that's pretty good at really embracing a role. So I would think I don't know anything about Skeletor, but I mean, I feel like he could do it.
He might be horrible. He might be. But give the guy a chance.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've said it 100 times. I will never understand how fans of a franchise hike their leg and pee-pee on it until they wait and so they haven't even judged it by its merit, by what the product is. When it comes out, if it sucks, say it and I'll say it, but give it a chance. Next to the dish. It's a show both found. Thank you. A little worked up about the He-Man. Don't worry, Leo. This next story is about modern times. Next, a show both Falon and I are loving. I finally got a chance to watch the latest episode of the medical hit, The Pit, on Max. We need a moment. Yeah. Episode 8 wrapped up the case, spoiler alert, of a college student who passed away after a drug overdose. Falon, oh my God, now why are you're gonna make me cry showing this scene. Anyway, Falon warned me, you watched it before I did, and Falon looked at me in a commercial break and you said you cried like
the whole episode.
The whole episode.
Yeah, I mean, the show hits a large number of very serious topics each episode, but this one had 2 situations like that, and I don't know, I think, now that I'm a mother, those things hit me a million times harder. Oh man, I cried like the whole episode. Like not even like a couple of tears I was trying to hide from Jake, like yeah. Gotta cry.
I did too, and the credits rolled on this, and I've said it on this show every time I've mentioned it, and I talk about it a lot, because if you aren't watching it, you really should. That's why I bring it up a lot. The credits rolled on that episode, and I looked at Colin, and I just said, I used a word I can't use on television, but I said, this is such a great program. Like, it's such a well-written, Noah Wyle. There's a scene with Noah with one of the parents, and the way he acts this horrible moment out, I give him, you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
Give him all the awards. Noah, that whole cast, my goodness. Colin cried. I held it in too, but the honor walk is what they call that. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It killed me.
It was brutal.
Brutal.
Prepare yourself if you haven't seen last week's episode and you go to watch it. Just prepare yourself.
The Pit on Max. Sticking with TV. Watch it. You know, part of our job, Falon and I watch shows to tell you what to watch and what to avoid. So next in the dish, there's a new reality show that you can watch. I watched did you watch this one?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I watched the first episode of the Baldwins. This one is... this one features Alec Baldwin and his wife, Hilaria. Look at this.
We moved into this apartment in November of 2011. Her and I, no kids. It's quiet. And then number one came. One kid, two kids. No, you come back here. No. Oh, don't do that. Oh, heads up. 3 kids, 4 kids. And I thought that was the outer limit. But we kept going.
The couple has 7 children. Audience, right? That was my reaction. As someone that doesn't have kids, I got anxiety just watching all of them run around in different directions, and they're climbing on the couch, and all I'm thinking is, oh God, that's a Crate and Barrel couch.
Yeah.
You know, and I just...
I didn't see her. Did Hilaria have her accent in this one?
Okay. She does address that.
Oh, okay.
She does address it. She starts to talk, and Alec goes, oh, honey, please, don't talk in that accent. You cause me a lot of problems when you do. And they laughed, and then they went to a montage of all the press covering her accent. She explains it. Again, I'll let you decide if it's a valid reason. I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I know. I walked away going, oh, I don't hate it. But here's the problem. My friend Holly Roberts on the radio show said it really well. The problem, though, is you don't quite know why this exists. You don't quite know what is this. Is this a goofy comedy? And then they get serious because Alec is getting ready in the show to go to court for the shooting on the Rust set. So they turn to that. And then he gets serious about the kids, of whether if he goes to jail for that, you know, what about the kids? And then you start to think, oh, you know, then you think, oh God, the kids. And then you think, why is Alec doing this at all? But then for a moment, and I got to tell you, I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. I've always been an Alec fan. You know, not everything that he's done personally. Just like all of us, he's made a lot of mistakes, but I've been a fan of his work. I like Alec in this. But I do sometimes think, oh gosh, Kate plus 8, are these kids going to want to be in this show, you know, 10 years down the line? I don't know.
From an outsider who hasn't watched the show at all, I mean, I assumed it was to humanize him through all of this because he's in a bad light right now. But then it also feels like they're just capitalizing on a very serious, sad situation. I mean, he's been cleared of charges, so, you know, moving past that. But I don't know. I think she's always wanted to be an influencer, right? So this is kind of feels like more of her project that he's just going along with.
The last thing I'll say is what I said a few seconds ago. You don't quite know why this exists. You do walk away at the end going, oh, this exists for her. He's saying yes because she wants to do this. And they need money. You know, the trial, no, I mean, being blunt, they need the money. The trial, they have 2 nannies and 40 kids. I mean, you know what I mean? Colleen Lindstrom when we come back. Back in a moment. That's the dish.
The name of the show.
It's one of of those times we take a break from the goofy to do something worthwhile. Coming up in just a little bit, our good friend Colleen Lindstrom is back to talk about an important topic a lot of you are concerned about: mental health and your teenager. What she has learned can help you. And then back to the goofy. We're going to celebrate the 10,000th episode of The Price is Right like only we can. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
Now, what a show!
Go ahead. Go ahead, Warner Brothers. Sue him, too. Welcome back. As adults, we joke a lot about teens being moody, teens being unpredictable as they go through adolescence. But it's really important that we take their feelings and their emotions seriously and talk about their mental health challenges. Here now with that, give it up for our good friend, Colleen Lindstrom, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, friend. I say it, this is an exit ramp show where we stop with leg lamps and we talk about something worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, honestly, so first of all, I do have to say two things. Number one, I also do tease my children for being moody, so that's okay. Yeah. Right? That's number one. Number two, I'm just a normal parent. Like, I don't have any degrees. I mean, I have a lot of degrees, but not in parenting. So I'm just like, I'm in it with everybody else, trying to figure out kind of how to do my best with my kids.
And that's why I love you for 100 reasons, but I think that's why you resonate with so many parents, because you speak their language, you're not speaking above them, you're not a shishi-poo-poo child psychologist, you're in the trenches.
Oh, I am in it.
Because
Trust
again,
me.
for new people in like Quincy and hello, Austin, Texas, give us the age range of your family.
So I have an 18-year-old son, and then I have twins who are 15. So we're in it. I mean, we're in the teen years squarely.
This is let's start with this. Let's start with the baseline. Broad question, but I know what is the best advice for parents right now dealing with the best way to support teens and their mental health? Yeah, so I have three really important things for me. The first one is their feelings are real. The first thing is to never dismiss what they're feeling. If they're feeling anxious, if they're feeling depressed, if they're feeling great, if they're feeling happy, none of those feelings are wrong and they're real for them. If they're feeling anxious, like I think about right now, you know, there's been a lot of conversations about airplanes, and my family went on a trip. We had a difficult flight on the way out there, and then another plane accident happened before we left. And then we had to get on the airplane, and we had to really talk about the reality of the anxiety that you have when you're out of control. Those feelings are real, so don't dismiss them. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing is, remember that even though you were a teenager once, you were not a teenager in 2025. And so even though you think, like, a lot of things that teens go through are you know, similar to what we went through. Feelings, hormones are the same. I don't think they've changed those. But the reality of the environment that they live in is different than when I was a teenager in the 90s. So acknowledging that while still also acknowledging the similarities. Hello, bottom line, we didn't go through a pandemic.
No, I mean, that is something else. Let's remember that.
I just read a huge article in The Atlantic about what it's done specifically to boys. Yeah. This generation of boys.
Yeah, it absolutely is a different environment. And then the last thing I would say is to find ways to help support their hobbies. Don't discount a hobby as something that's just fun for them. If it's something that lights them up and really makes them excited, find ways to support them in that. So I've got a child who's recently taken up photography. And, you know, do I really want to get in the car and drive to a nature preserve on Saturday all day? It wasn't on my list of things to do, but this is something that feeds him, that makes him light up, and we're gonna make it happen because it matters to him. So those are all, sometimes we get really focused on academics. We think school is their job. But there's so much more than that, and the more we can help them see that it is worth it to have joy in other ways, the better off everybody is.
I want to piggyback off what you said in the first one, and I have quoted this many times on this show, on the radio show. You might have heard me say it. There was an Oprah Winfrey show that I will never forget in her early seasons, and she had a child expert on. And she said, with puppy love, the expert said, never discount puppy love, because the love that teenagers feel is way more intense than what we feel, because they don't have the life experience to know that other loves will come. I don't even have kids.
Yeah.
I don't have I wasn't even a teen at that time. That knocked me back, and I've never, obviously, that was 1991, never forgotten it.
No, I co-sign on that for sure. I'm glad to hear that an expert agrees with me. But it is so true. Their feelings are real, and even though we have the benefit of, I mean, I don't know, sometimes it's a benefit, some days it's not a benefit, of like a long life and so many experiences, our tendency is to want to discount what they're going through, because we know we have a crystal ball to the future. But you know, I think about it with prom, the way that like promposals are a big thing, and it can seem from an adult perspective a little excessive, but for them, this is the hugest thing that they've done. This is a big, huge kind of romantic, monumental thing that they're going to remember forever. I remember my proms, and they felt like a big deal then.
Basically, watch the eye rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
More with Colleen when we come back. Back in a moment. That was great.
Thank you. I love that.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
Let's make
The great Colleen Lindstrom. We're going to tell you about an event, too, that we have coming up. Colleen does. We'll give you information. Falon has joined the conversation because you have a teenager in your house, too.
I do.
Yeah. How old is Dylan?
Dylan is 17. He'll be 18 in November, so he's going to be going into his senior year this fall.
What's that like?
You know, I always say Dylan is the easiest, like, kindest hearted, like he is just the best. So I know that my 5-year-old will be the one giving me the run for my money, because there has to be one, right? So I don't know, he's just easy.
I don't want to tell you that it's going to be a hard year.
Wait, the 18?
Yeah, it's hard. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure my 18-year-old is watching right now. Hi.
Hi.
I'm just going to say they make it pretty easy for you to say goodbye to them at the end of the year.
I've heard that.
It's real. Yeah, it's real. It's called dirtying the nest.
That's what it is. Yes, I've heard this before. So that you are like, get, push them out of the nest.
Yeah, and it's all good. You know, that's the thing that's hard about it, is when you're in it, you're like, this doesn't feel good. I don't love this. And it's all part of nature.
But then they come back around eventually.
I hope so.
What is it like both of you, what is it like trying to even talk to them? You mentioned the pandemic. That affected their communication skills. The phone, I read another story about the phones have ruined people's ability, teenagers' ability to just communicate. What is that like?
Well, I know all my letters now, because that's all I get is like one letter.
Okay.
Or like everything, or like TY is thank you, YW is you're welcome. I mean, there's so many abbreviations. We just like to save time. Yeah, it is. A lot of times I find myself saying, please put your phone down and show me that you're paying attention so that we can have a real conversation. And they don't, I mean, I'm making a blanket statement. Kids don't think it's that big of a deal.
They don't.
They don't. They're like, what? I am paying attention. And the idea that this thing that's in between you and them is getting in the way is like not... They don't care.
Do you see that, Falon?
Yeah, I mean, so my stepson Dylan, before, I know Jake would always have conversations with him in the car. Well, then he got his driver's license, so he doesn't need Jake to drive him anymore. So he is, you know, he works. He'll come home after like hanging out with friends. We used to do family dinners together, so those are less frequent. So recently I was like, I feel like I don't know what's going on in Dylan's life, so I took him to dinner, just me and him. We went like 2 weeks ago. I was like, Dylan, we're going to dinner, and we didn't pick up our phones. I took one picture of him with his sushi, and we just talked the whole time, and I feel like he felt very comfortable sharing with me. And I don't know. I think it just brought us out of our element and our comfort, so he felt comfortable talking to me. Yeah.
And you do have to make those moments. Like, you have to be really intentional about it. I will say also, I don't want to give my secret away, especially when I know one of my teens is watching. But
turn off the television,
Turn off the TV, Ollie. Do something.
Look at your phone.
I'm just kidding. But it is, those car ride conversations are the best, and there's a great reason why. Because they don't have to look at you, and it feels, but they're present with you. And so when you're side by side, it can be easier to have harder conversations. That's where I have the sex talk with all of my children, in the car.
Really?
Yes, it was easier for everybody. Nobody wants to look at their parent in the eye and talk about that. Ew.
Yeah.
Right?
If I think about it, Dar, the story I always tell when Dar looked at me in the car, and she goes, "Don't be cheap." And she goes, "I don't want to raise a kid that's cheap." And she goes, "And behave, because I don't want grown-ups dreading your presence." That was in a car.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
You're right.
I know.
You know what you're doing.
I do. Sometimes.
Really quick, we got to go. Tell people about the event if you're watching locally here.
Yeah, so on Sunday, it's actually World Teen Mental Wellness Day. And I know, it's great. And so I work for a company called Cadre. We're a social platform. We're always and only about mental health. And we're putting on an event at Big Brothers Big Sisters in partnership with them, and also Blue Cross Blue Shield Minnesota. And it will be a moment for teens to tell us what we need to know as adults about mental health. And there will be a band, there will be artists there to interpret what the teens have said, a teen panel. It's going to be great. We'd love to see you there.
Head to eventbrite.com, the same place you get Jason's show tickets for information right there. Colleen Lindstrom, everybody. Follow her on social. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the show. Don't forget to come see us. Like we said, eventbrite.com for those tickets. TV milestone this week. On Wednesday, The Price is Right will air its 10,000th episode.
Wow.
Congrats. Come on down. In honor of the milestone, the show will give away nearly $100,000 in cash and prizes. Over the years, 75,000 people have come on down, with them winning more than $300 million in prizes. Well, yesterday on the show, we learned that my buddy Falon's favorite game on The Price is Right is the cliffhanger game, where players have to guess the price before a little man in lederhosen falls off a cliff. Well, in honor of that, we're putting Falon to the test with a live version of the game.
Oh, no.
She will have to guess the price. She will have to guess the prices of weird products we found for sale at Costco. And playing the role of the hiker is photographer Eric, everybody.
Oh, my God. You know the craziest part is? You know he had that just laying around at home,
He
right?
did.
Yeah.
He actually did, yeah. We did not tell Falon that was going to happen.
That is like the best gift I could receive today.
And every time you get it wrong, Eric falls farther off the cliff.
Oh,
there we
dear.
go.
Well, sorry, Eric. It was nice knowing you.
There we go. Falon, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Your first item up for bid. A 72-pound wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese imported from Italy. 72-pound wheel.
Pounds?
You must come closest to the actual retail price without going over. Oh, that's right. You bid. There we go. That's right.
$550.
Higher.
$750.
Higher.
$850.
Higher.
$10,000.
Lower.
$9,950.
You're close. $949.99. There we go. Okay. Stop, Eric. Stop. There we go. Next. Next. Your next item up for bid, a Radiant Cut 3.27 carat fancy yellow diamond ring in platinum.
Fancy is in the title. Wow.
Let's cue up the clock, cue up the music, cue up the hiker, and here we go.
$15,000.
Higher.
20,000.
Higher.
30,000.
Higher.
35,000.
Lower.
33,050.
Higher.
34,000.
Higher.
34.50.
Higher.
34.99.
Yes! Stop, Eric. Damn it, Falon. He almost went off the cliff. Okay.
Is it sick that I want to see it a little bit?
I know. Yeah, it is a little sick. Okay. We have 2 more items left. Eric is almost off the cliff, so you got to be very good here.
I will accept shout-outs from the audience.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Your next item up for bid, Almost Heaven Vista 6-person barrel sauna.
All right.
The Almost Heaven Vista 6-person barrel sauna from Costco. Director Leo, get the music, the timer, and the hiker ready. Falon?
$20,000.
Lower.
1,750.
Higher.
Wait, okay, let's go 10,000.
Lower.
5,000.
Higher.
7,000.
Lower.
6,000.
Higher.
6,500.
Lower.
6,300.
Lower.
6,200.
Ooh, lower.
6,199.
Yes! Oh, Falon, you see the clock? You were this close from Eric going off the cliff.
That's the first one I realized there was a clock on.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a clock on.
If you run off the clock, Eric falls off the cliff and dies. Yeah, yeah.
Well.
Sorry, Eric. We didn't tell you that part. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We have 1 more item up for bid. Are you ready?
Yes.
Falon, your item up for bid is a 6.6-pound bucket of Nutella hazelnut spread. Again,
6 pounds.
this is over 6.5 pounds of Nutella from Costco.
Costco has great deals.
They do. Once again, Director Leo will cue up the 30-second clock, cue up the music, cue up the hiker. You have 30 seconds or Eric plunges to his death.
Oh, God. $50. $50.
Lower.
Oh, $43.
Lower.
35.
Lower.
22.
Higher.
26.
A little higher.
26.99.
Lower.
26.50.
Higher.
26.55.
Higher.
26.75.
Lower.
26.65.
Higher.
26.70.
Lower.
26.69.
Yes!
Okay, thank you for the audience participation.
Oh, my goodness. Eric almost passed away. Oh.
I did. I'm winded.
Give it up for Eric and Falon. You can watch The Price is Right on Paramount+.
Hold on. Did you guys ask him to bring this yesterday, or was it in his car today?
I will explain that when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Don't forget to get tickets. We have some openings on Monday, eventbrite.com. Okay, to answer your question, no, we didn't plan this yesterday. Eric made that in about an hour out of stuff he had here in the building. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's tape. I did not... Eric.
Yeah. And I'm in a really quick... Do I have time? Or yeah. I'm in a break. I'm doing my radio show, which I do here in the same building, and I hear a knock on my door, and Jeff goes, "Please come out and see this." And I walk out, and there Eric stands in his...
Eric is so talented. You should work in like a costume design situation. That's great.
We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the show. My favorite thing about this whole thing with Eric is, and I love when this happens, the big bosses in our building were in a big meeting, and there are monitors all over the office showing the Jason show, and they have to explain to the other big wigs, what the hell's on the television right now?
Well, they're there's probably no sound
There's
either.
no sound.
So they don't hear what's going on. They just see Eric climbing a mountain.
That's right. Tomorrow, never before told stories about Hollywood's biggest night. Author and journalist Dave Karger will join us. Love him to talk all things Oscar. Plus, humor for parents. Comedian Chad Daniels will be in studio. That's tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.